if you're new here, my name is Dolores, better known as the Baking Diva. Well, today's going to be a quick one. I'm making dinner. It's Sunday, and I'm making dinner in a little while, and I'm making pork chops. And I thought, I make pork chops different ways. I do them in the frying pan. I bake them in the oven. I've done them in my slow cooker. We've done them on the grill. So there's many ways you can make pork chops. But today I'm going to bake them in the oven. And I usually, when I bake them in the oven, love to use this shake and bake. Have you ever used shake and bake? They have it for chicken. They have it for pork. And I think it's delicious. And I think this is the original one, but they also have a crispy one. I almost like that one better. But, you put your mix in a plastic bag, you moisten your chops, you put them in, you shake them up, put them in the oven, and they come out really good. Well, today I'm going to be a big fat copycat. And I'm going to give you all, because I love you, I'm going to give you the recipe for a copycat shake and bake mixture. And I'll put it in the more box for you so you'll have it. Today we're just going to make it to coat the pork chops I'm having for dinner. But you can always make it, double or triple the recipe and put it in an airtight mason jar, and it will hold for a while. It will, what am I going to say? It will stay a while for you. So I think we're going to get started right away. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you. Just hit the subscribe. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you've tried this, let me know. I'd be anxious to hear what you think. So enough blabbing, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is preheat our oven. That's if you're cooking your pork chops now. You're going to preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Now I'm going to take a flat dish here, and I'm going to start putting in this flat dish the ingredients to make my copycat shake and bake mixture. So the first thing you're going to need is breadcrumbs. Now I'm using panko breadcrumbs here. You can use regular breadcrumbs, but don't use the seasoned one because we're using our own seasoning. So I'm going to put that in this flat dish. Okay, let me just mix that around. Now I'm going to put in here 2 teaspoons of paprika. So let me just put these in. I pre-measured everything. Next, I'm going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of salt, just regular salt. Okay. Now, 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. Sounds good so far, right? Now we're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt. And these should be spices that you already have in your home. Now, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. And 1/2 teaspoon of dried parsley flakes. Alrighty. And one more thing, 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Alrighty. So we have all of that in our plate here. I'll put some pictures in for you. Okay, now we're going to just mix this all together in the flat plate. And the reason we're using a flat plate as opposed to a bowl is because we're going to be dipping our pork chops in here. So it's obviously a lot easier to coat them in a flat plate. So I want to get all these different seasonings mixed in here with the breadcrumbs. Okay. So to me, as much as I like the shake and bake, why go out and buy it when you can make it yourself and it's so easy? Or if you still like to purchase it but you ran out or you don't have it in the house, just takes a couple of minutes to make your own. So why not, right? All right. So I'm going to keep mixing this a little bit. I want to get it all combined. Now while I'm doing this, I had already measured 2 tablespoons of canola oil, and I have it in this little bowl. All right. Looks like it's mixing pretty good. That's why you don't want to use seasoned breadcrumbs, because you're seasoning them yourself with the proper amounts of seasoning. All righty. So there we go. I think this is mixed pretty well. All right. Now, what you're also going to need to do is take a flat baking sheet, I'm just using this one, and put a piece of parchment paper on it. So let me move that over there. You're going to need a little basting brush, and let me go bring over my pork chops. Okay, so I have my pork chops here. The recipe says 8 pork loin chops, a 1/2 inch thick. It says you can use them with the bone in. I prefer them without the bone, so that's what I'm doing today. But you can use them with the bone also. Now I don't buy those real thick ones, and I don't buy the ones that say thin because they're too thin. These are, I would say these are about a 1/2 inch of a pork chop. So let me move my sheet over here. Move this over here and this over here. I think that'll work out better for me. So I'm going to take my basting brush, and I have my canola oil here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my pork chops, my hands are clean, and I'm going to baste it with the canola oil. Very simple to do. And then I'm going to put it in my Copycat shake and bake mixture. Get it all coated and then put it in there. Just going to pat it down. You want to get both sides coated nicely. Okay. You see that? The canola oil helps the mixture to stick. Some people say, oh, well, we could just dip it in water. No, the canola oil makes it much better. Okay. So here we go, and I'm going to place this down. It's coated on both sides onto my cookie sheet. And then we'll do another one. So let me baste it with the canola oil. Okay. There we go. And you can serve these with rice, potatoes, a nice salad, whatever you like. So this is going to be our dinner tonight. There we go. Let me turn it over. You see that? All right. And plus, you know, I was thinking, when you make your own mixture like this, you know that it's nice and fresh. Your breadcrumbs are fresh and your other spices. You never know sometimes how long these things are sitting in the store, so I don't know. All right, so there you go, just like that. We'll put another one there. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other ones. Now I'm going to do this off camera so you don't have to sit and watch me do it. There we go. And yeah, I hope that you're going to try it, because I love to make these recipes for you, but what good are they if you just watch me make them and you don't make them? And if you do try it, make sure you come back and let me know what you thought. So there we go. Okay. Hold that up for you. You see that? Both sides. I have 6 here. I don't even know if I'm going to make all 6 right now because there's only 2 of us eating tonight. Although, you know, I have no problem eating leftovers. My son, who lives with me, he's a fusspot. He's not into leftovers. He'll eat them the next day. But once it goes past one day, He doesn't want them. And I tell him he's cray-cray, but to each his own. Alrighty. To me, there's nothing better than leftovers. Oh, like meatloaf. I love meatloaf, and I like it even better the next day. If you make a meatloaf sandwich, have it cold, put some ketchup on it. Yum. Well, now I am doing it for you on camera when I said I wasn't, but there. I don't know, maybe I'm just going to make the 4. Oh, maybe I'll make 5. All right, let me coat this one. Then I'm going to put this tray in the oven for, I think it's about, let me just double check my recipe. Yeah, it's going to be only about maybe 20 minutes or so. But then you're going to check it because you want the temperature to be around 145 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn them over once. So I'm going to do it for like 10 minutes, and then I'm going to turn them over, and then I'll check and see if they're done. If they're not, I'll leave them in a little bit longer. So make sure you come back because I want you to see what these look like after they bake, and we have to do our taste testing. So stay tuned. All right, I just took them out of the oven. They're red hot here on this pan. And we decided to have yellow rice with them. So I cooked that. I already have that in the pot. So what I'm going to do is take these off the parchment paper, put them on a plate. So let's see. Very hot. Where did I put my pot holder? Here it is. Turn them over. Whoa! Oh. I won't turn them over. They're too hot. Okay. I actually tested them because this recipe says they should be, what did I say before? 145, but according to Alexa and what I've done in the past, I usually cook my pork at 165, so I let them go a little longer. I think I had them in the oven maybe 25 to 30 minutes. It depends on the power of your oven and the size of your pork chops. Get these out. Woo. There you go. I turned them over. They're nice and brown, but they're still very hot. And I'm anxious to do my taste testing. Look at that. Yummy. All right, let me move this out of the way and bring a plate up here so I can taste them. There we go. They're just very hot. Okay. And this recipe did not call for a lot of salt. So I think they're going to be fine, but if you prefer more salt, you can add that when you eat them. So let me get a picture of this for you. I wanted to get a picture of that for you so I can insert it and you can see what they look like when they came out of the oven. Alrighty, so let me put one in my plate here. Let me see, which one? They all look good, so it doesn't matter. I'll take this one. I have my rice next to it, but for now, just taste the pork chop. I have my little baby here, Cinnamon, next to me begging, but she's not getting any of these because she just had her dinner. Oh, so let me cut this. Well, I can tell you right now, look at that. They look done. Crispy on the outside, and hopefully they're juicy on the inside. Let's see. And you know, this is a quick dinner. I mean, it doesn't take long to mix your spices in a dish. And then once you coat them, between 20 and 30 minutes in the oven, and that's it. So here we go. They're not overdone because we don't like it, right, Scott? We don't like it if our pork is dry. Let me see. It's very tasty. try. I think you're going to like them. And make them. I always say, don't just watch me make them. You make them too. So I'll put a picture in for you again after I plate it. It looks nice. We're going to eat dinner now. So if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you've made this, make a comment and let me know, because I would be anxious to see what you thought of it, okay? So love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy Sunday for watching me make these. And I will see you all very soon. Toodles!